but Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack, Bugs. They're like best friends, not just brother and sister.
Still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her.
In the quiet rural roads of Nova Scotia, two young siblings vanished without a trace. No screams, no witnesses, just an empty home, and a community left in shock. Who took Lilly and Jack Sullivan, and why? This is the story of a disappearance that has baffled a nation. On the morning of May 2, 2025, the rural tranquility of Lansdowne Station, a small and close-knit community in Pictou County, Nova Scotia, was shattered when two young siblings, Lilly Sullivan, born March 22, 2019, and Jack Sullivan, born October 29, 2020, vanished from their home on Landown Road. What began as an ordinary day for the family quickly escalated into a nightmare. By mid-morning, concern turned into alarm as both children were nowhere to be found. Neighbors and family members searched the house and nearby property, but there was no sign of the two young children. The tight-knit rural community was stunned. Questions began circulating immediately. How could two small children simply vanish without leaving a trace? How long had they been missing before anyone noticed? Almost immediately, local authorities were alerted. The RCMP, along with volunteer search teams, launched a large-scale search operation. Residents combed the surrounding woods, fields, and nearby waterways, hoping to find any sign of Lilly and Jack. The initial search effort was intense. Every possible avenue was pursued. K-9 units were deployed to follow scent trails, drones scanned remote areas, and local residents joined in, desperate to bring the children home. Despite these efforts, the search yielded no tangible results. By May 7, authorities had to scale back the large-scale operation. Even as the public efforts lessened, the hope of finding the children alive remained undimmed. Several further individual and organized search efforts continued in the weeks that followed, although none resulted in any significant findings. Each passing day added a layer of anguish and uncertainty for the family and community. Even after the initial search was scaled back, the investigation continued in full force. Authorities conducted extensive interviews, speaking with at least 54 individuals connected to the family, neighbors, and other local community members. Some of these individuals were even subjected to polygraph testing to verify the accuracy of their statements. Investigators meticulously documented every piece of information, tracing the children's last known movements and speaking to anyone who might have had contact with them. While authorities have stated there is no evidence to suggest the children were abducted, they have not ruled out the possibility that the disappearance is suspicious. Every statement, every observation, and every piece of evidence was carefully examined, as investigators worked tirelessly to find even the smallest lead that could point to the whereabouts of Lilly and Jack. The Sullivan disappearance quickly captured widespread attention, not only across Nova Scotia but throughout Canada and internationally. Social media campaigns and news coverage spread the story far beyond the rural roads of Lansdowne Station. People across the country were gripped by the story of two young children missing under mysterious circumstances. Hashtags and posts calling for information about the case were shared widely, and public interest grew rapidly. In the absence of concrete leads, the community rallied together. Residents organized private search parties, shared tips online, and urged anyone with information to come forward. The emotional toll was profound, as parents and neighbors alike faced the unimaginable fear of losing two young children under such mysterious circumstances. Recognizing the urgent need for public assistance, the government of Nova Scotia offered a reward of up to $150,000 for information considered to be of investigative value in the case. This substantial reward aimed to encourage anyone with knowledge about the children's whereabouts to step forward. Despite the attention and the promise of a financial incentive, leads remained scarce. Authorities continued their painstaking investigation, aware that even the smallest clue could prove critical. Every detail, from the children's last known movements to the smallest piece of evidence, was scrutinized with the hope of uncovering a breakthrough. Investigators examined household items, searched the surrounding roads, and reviewed any available surveillance footage from local homes or passing vehicles. Speculation about what might have happened to Lilly and Jack grew as days turned into weeks. Some wondered if the disappearance was the result of an accident, perhaps the children wandering into nearby woods or water, while others feared more sinister explanations. Authorities emphasize that although there is no current evidence of abduction, the case is being treated with the highest level of seriousness. Investigators remain cautious, carefully separating fact from speculation while continuing to follow every lead in the hope of finding the children safe and unharmed. Friends and family of the Sullivans spoke publicly about their desperation, urging anyone who might have witnessed anything unusual to come forward. The story resonated deeply because it was a chilling reminder of how quickly life could change, even in a peaceful rural community. The impact of the disappearance on the local community was immediate and profound. Families with young children grew fearful, wondering if something similar could happen to them. Volunteer search groups, often led by neighbors, combed areas far beyond the immediate vicinity of the Sullivan home. People donated food, water, and supplies to those involved in the search, and local organizations organized prayer vigils and public appeals for help. Schools and local businesses shared information, hoping to increase awareness and encourage anyone with knowledge to contact authorities. The sense of unity in the community was tempered by anxiety and fear. Everyone wanted answers, yet the mystery only deepened with each passing day. The police investigation remained meticulous. Authorities retraced the children's steps, spoke to family members about routines and daily habits, and attempted to reconstruct the timeline of May 2, 2025. Every person interviewed was treated as a potential source of valuable information, and polygraph testing was used selectively to ensure accuracy in statements. Even minor inconsistencies or unusual behaviors were noted and followed up on. Investigators explored every possibility, including whether the disappearance could have been accidental, whether there was a medical emergency, or whether there was any involvement by external individuals. Yet no concrete leads emerged. The continued absence of the children added an emotional strain on investigators, who were under intense public scrutiny as the case gained national and international attention. Weeks have now passed since the Sullivan siblings disappeared. The initial wave of media attention has begun to subside, but for investigators and the family, the search is far from over. Each day without progress increases the emotional weight on the family, who continue to hope for the return of Lilly and Jack. Public awareness remains critical, and authorities continue to encourage anyone with information to come forward. The case of Lilly and Jack Sullivan remains unsolved. The tragedy has become a symbol of the fragility of childhood safety and the intense community and national response that a disappearance can evoke. For the family, the uncertainty is unbearable. For the community, it is a haunting reminder of the vulnerability of even the youngest members. And for authorities, it is a puzzle that continues to demand answers, a case where every detail could prove crucial. As investigators continue to pursue every possible lead, the hope endures that one day, Lilly and Jack will be found. Until then, their disappearance remains a chilling mystery, a story of innocence lost in the shadows of a rural community, and a case that has gripped the attention of a nation. The Sullivan siblings' story is a reminder that even in the most familiar surroundings, uncertainty can strike without warning. For now, families, authorities, and communities alike wait in hope, holding on to the belief that clarity and resolution will one day emerge from this heartbreaking mystery.